Hello, and we are live. And Gil was in here. Oh my gosh, get out of there. All right, my alarm. Oh, sorry about that. So we are live. Gil's already in here.
Sorry.
I am on the road. Adventures with Jen are beginning, and I'm going to take you with me. We just left Sam's Club, and now we are tooling over to Walmart. I'm going to sit in here with you guys, and Jen is going to do some of her shopping. I did not have to take my son to school today. Big day.
Go out. Bring the car.
Oh, that's true. The car's moving though. It's habit.
Then again, I am driving.
You are driving, and I will not name the town we are in. It is not my hometown, but I'm still not going to name it. And it is known for its bad driving. 2 ads. I'm sorry. Last week I forgot to hit monetize, so I didn't get any ads. Hello, Lorianne. Thank you for coming in. Heidi ho, neighbor. I don't really have a whole lot. She said it.
Just saying, are we on the Two-Man Taylor or what?
I love that show.
Yeah.
He was from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. It's a Michigan guy. It's a Michigan thing. You know. It was.
But he's not originally from Michigan. He was actually born elsewhere. He was born in another state. I looked it up one day, but he does have very strong ties to Michigan.
Yeah. A lot of the major stars from my era. Jeff Daniels is a Youper, and Tim the Tool Man Taylor. He was from Detroit. I can't think of his real name at the moment. It escapes me.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Thank you. I knew it was Tim, and I was just
Larry Joe Campbell. Actually, went to CMU. He was in with Jim Belushi.
Oh,
in his sitcom.
Nice. Another Central Michigan.
According to Jim, was the name of that
alumni.
Show. Yes.
Yes. I don't have a whole lot today prepared. It was just question and answers. But in case nobody has any questions, I want to show you. You know, speaking of prepared and old time skills, I am reviving a skill I learned a long time ago, and I am trying to take this wool yarn and make it into something useful for the winter. And so I have, let's get it back in here. I have started attending a knitting club, and it does knitting, crochet, all sorts of crafts. In fact, I think someone is going to teach us, oh, thank you, teach us embroidery, a special Swedish embroidery.
Just be careful because it doesn't stick.
All right, let me see what I can do here to make it.
You've got a long enough cord. So.
I do have I have 10 feet. Okay.
My cord didn't work with it.
She gave me a holder, but I don't know if it'll hold with my thing in there. We'll see. Nope, it's going to fall forward. How do you close it up? There we go.
Okay. Woohoo! If you're feeling froggy and want to wander Walmart, come find me. I'll leave the keys.
I'm going to stay in here. You better be back within an hour. You're not here within an hour. I will come look for you.
Okay, but make sure you don't lock the keys in the truck.
I won't. But I got the guy fired yesterday, so I might.
Maybe I can get the girl fired. I don't know.
No, I like her.
I mean, just saying it. You know.
That was rude, though.
A different one.
Yeah. Well, no, I like her. She was nice.
I'll pick a different one. I don't know.
If they're rude, just tell on them. I was in Walmart yesterday, and the clerk was incredibly rude to me. I mean, like, beyond incredibly rude to me. And I waited in line at the service desk to tell somebody because that's how rude they were, that I was worth the wait. I grew up with a high expectation of customer service, okay? As a very young child, my parents had a store, and you were expected to treat the customers well, even if you didn't like them, you know? And I didn't do anything except ask him to fix something. Didn't think that was too much. And then he wanted to walk away, and he had 4 more things to fix. So, and he was rude. Like, I'm like, wait, you didn't do all that. Hey, Libby, welcome for coming in. So anyway, I have bought some wool, and they're teaching me how to knit again. When I was, hello. Oh, so sorry. That's Jen. I'm using Jen's new equipment, so we'll see how that works. Stay on there. maybe right there. All right. So it's time to revise some of these old skills. Make sure you keep them fresh. I can't crochet anymore because of problems with my hands. Oh, that is not going to work. She left me. Let's see. One more time here. Oops. All right, let me see if I can fix this. I am so sorry, guys. It came unattached. There we go. All right, we'll see if it holds now. My phone must be too heavy for it. It's made for an Android. All right, that's it. It's getting the yarn. Make it there we go. It can't fall now. Just need a beanbag prop. So I went to the knitting club on accident the other day. I was at a local meeting place and I heard a friend's voice. So I walked back there to see her and she's like, yeah, it's knitting club. And I'm like, knitting club? They're like, come join us. I'm like, I don't knit. And thanks, Lori. I'm like, I don't knit. I haven't knit in 40 some years. And like since the year I was taught. And they're like, that doesn't matter. Bring another craft. I don't care. You know, find something with yarn and bring it. So I'm like, well, maybe I should review it. So yes, I am back into knitting and I've got this really beautiful wool variegated, let me show this skein, yarn. I just thought it was really beautiful. It's kind of soft. It's half polyester, half wool, but it will definitely keep me warm work here in northern Michigan. So I started the knitting project to see my stitches, my gauge. So I want to learn, my goal is to learn how to make a sock. That was what I was kind of started out to do and never got that far. And so I want to learn. Oh, hi from inside Walmart. This is Jen, who is with me, Adventures with Jen. And so, hi Garden State Gardener, thanks. And so I am redoing some old skills to make sure that I don't lose them, you know, and it is kind of like riding a bike. I only know how to do one stitch. I only know how to knit. Yesterday they were trying to show me how to cast on and to purl, and I just went back. And so we were supposed to only do this 1-inch project, and I'm like, this yarn is telling me it wants to be a scarf. It just wants to be a scarf, and I think it'd be pretty as a scarf. And so I'm going to make a scarf and then maybe make a hat with this yarn, so that I have it for this winter when it's cold out. So it's just always nice. I want to make something practical, and I don't want to make, I make quilts, so I don't need an Afghan or, a large thing. And I'm not quite to the cardigan sweater level of things here. I only know that one stitch. Oh, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on it, and I thought I'd bring it along to show you. So are there any skills you guys think you should be refreshing on that you learned and you think you have in your back pocket, but you might need a refresher on? Go ahead and say in the comments, because I knew how to do it, but then when I started doing it, I'm like, I never learned to read patterns. So I've always had to have someone help me with that. So I've got to learn to read the patterns myself, and I want to make a hat to go with my scarf, and then I want socks, but I want them out of different yarn. This is too big a yarn, and I want to be a yarn snob. I want real wool, not partial wool. And they don't sell sock yarn in my town. So, but we just went to Sam's. I bought something for lunch, and I'm going to make lunch this afternoon. Tomorrow's farmer's market. I'm going to make a farmer's market run. I got king oyster mushrooms. I had never had them before. Oh my gosh, are they good? I everybody told me, because I can't eat seafood, and everybody had told me, get the king oyster mushrooms. They taste like scallops. And I'm like, oh, nah. Oh, are they beautiful? The king oyster mushrooms taste just like scallops. And so I'm going to do a vegan scallop recipe, and I will film it for you because those were so good. I'm going to go back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock when the farmer's market, and I'm going to buy them out. Yeah, Joe, you really do. You know, Joe, you need a day, just you know, a Father's Day where you just go sit in your recliner and watch a movie with your blanket over top of your knees and the recliner kicked up and just kind of relax. You are go, 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 go. And man, I don't know how you keep up that pace. It's impressive, but you gotta have a day here or there, you know, where you just kind of take a me day, a spa day in the recliner. That's why I've taken up a hand project. I'm on the go, go, go with the kids right now, and I'm their personal driver everywhere. And I don't get home. I leave the house at 7 o'clock and I don't get home till 4 o'clock. And so, I will do that, Lori. I will do that. I personally don't spin. I can drop spindle, but I need to practice it. But I do have two close friends who have a real spindle wheel. So I could do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I had sheep for a while and I never got into it as far as to buy a spinning wheel, but I did learn how to drop spindle, and I know I have my drop spindle somewhere. So I could make it into enough to do what I need to do with it. And then one of my friends at the knitting club, she is like, oh my gosh, amazing. She is in the nature the nature conservative livestock nature conservative program, livestock conservation program. And they're trying to get people to do wool projects from animals that are on this endangered list. And so she is spinning some very interesting wool right now and was talking to us about it. So I had Shetlands for a while, and I had them shorn, and I've saved the fleece, and I played with it myself, but I didn't really get into it as much as I thought I was going to. And then with my kids and stuff, we kind of got out of the sheep. They were harder than I thought they were going to be, but I'd like to do that again. I don't want to do goats because they don't stay in. But once I'm at the property full time, I would like to get 3 sheep, a trio, and have them for mowing my food forest. That's to spin me like that record song, right, round. Oh, so I'm just working on this, and when I get to the end of this, that'll be how long my scarf is. But this yarn just told me that it needed to be a scarf, you know. So, and I love the colors. I don't know if you can see it. It's some interesting colors. Now, speaking of seeing things, it just triggered something in my mind. This morning I saw, I think it's called a sundog. It was kind of at sunrise, and it was in the sky. It was like a rainbow, but it doesn't make a bow, and it doesn't touch the ground. And it was not all the colors, but it was really pretty. It was red and yellow. And if you looked really, really close, you could see it going almost into a green against the sky this morning at sunrise. And it was raining lightly, so it could have maybe been just an odd shaped rainbow, but it was just real straight up and down in the sky, and it didn't touch the ground at all. and it didn't have a other half. So it was kind of interesting. I haven't seen one of those in a really long time. So that was kind of fun. And we've been talking, my son and I have been talking, speaking of old ways, of how to tell the weather from the sky and what kind of clouds are in the sky, what that means for what kind of weather is coming. And so it was kind of fun this morning to see the sundog and kind of be able to teach him a little bit about what that was, because they're not very common here. And so it was kind of interesting. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with Jen today. It's homecoming. So we have some dollar store trips to make because we have some homecoming gifts that need to be made this week. And so she's in working on that. And when we get together, it's always fun. So we're going to see what kind of trouble she and I can get into while we're together today, hitting the stores and shopping. Since I didn't have to take John to school, which is an hour north of here, I came to spend the day with Jen and we'll have coffee. But I didn't want to not have time with you guys too. So yes, homecoming. We got football games and pep rallies, and we've got to dress in the school colors. Tomorrow is Adam Sandler Day, and they have to dress like their favorite Adam Sandler movie character he plays. And then tomorrow you have to dress either like country or yuppie. So I've got to make sure that my son has the appropriate costume. I don't know what he's planning on doing. He's 15. He may not do it. He's like, yeah, whatever. So I don't know. But I got to have some school color items, and Jen needs some items in school colors. I don't know. My son's in middle school, so he's too young to do the bonfire part of things yet. Don't age me yet. He is not old enough for that kind of stuff. And thankfully, most of my other kids didn't enjoy that as much. But I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Shadow So Sweet. Thank you so much. I know that it is a really bad time of day for you in your country, or night, I should say. So thank you so much for being here. That really means a lot to me. Jennifer Geiger, you're really getting in trouble. You better stop spending in there. Guys, when she comes out, you guys are going to see all the goodies she's got in her bag. Oh, she's in the yarn aisle. You do not need to be in the yarn aisle this week. Get out of the yarn aisle. You have enough yarn at home. And I mean it. I should have went shopping for my yarn in your closet. But I'm making those little things. I have a new friend in real life, and she is a YouTuber. It's Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. And I just happened to meet her last week through a mutual friend. And she has some of the cutest little animals. And I got to show you this. So I haven't made one yet. Let me put that down. Hopefully it'll stay together. All right, she inspired me to go buy these things. Let me get them out of the bag. She's making the cutest little yarn animals. And I know that's what Jen's in there looking at yarn for. Oh my gosh, Shadow, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. She's got these googly-eyed animals, and she puts them in this way. These are glow in the dark. I'm going to make a spider off of one of her patterns, and I've got the yarn. Look at this little yarn from the Dollar Tree, and it's chenille. I'm going to make a little chenille spider. And then my granddaughter's like, I asked her what she thought of the spider, and she's pointing at the next picture down. She goes, I want the cat. So go over and check out Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. And I will, after the live, I'll put her link in here. Oh my gosh. She has the cutest little patterns she came up with herself for these little animals. And I am going to make the cat and the spider. And then I got orange to make a pumpkin. So, and they're going to have the little googly eyes. Well, Mom has hoarded yarn for years to knit away with her old age with, but all the timers stole that from her, and I keep all the yarns safe. Oh, Deval used to knit too. See, I haven't knitted. I was like 12, and I haven't knitted since I was like 12. But it was one of those things I'm like, I need to dust this skill off and practice it and make sure that I don't lose it. And I can sit in the car and wait for the kids and have this project in my lap. Where like my quilts or my canning, I can't really. I've had one project I wanted to show you guys in the back of the car riding around with me. Hi, MB Heritage. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just really appreciate it. I have this project and I keep forgetting. I have to take one of the ingredients out of the freezer to bring it with me to do the video, and I just keep forgetting to do it. And then it's riding around with me, and I'm like, oh, this is going to get spilled back here, and it's going to be a mess. And so, with like this kind of a hand project, I could make something useful that I can, have that I need, or I can make it for the kids, and so I'm dusting off my skills and working on that. So, oh. Thank you so much. I can't see how many are in here. 11 people are in here. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any canning questions? At all? If you do, just shout them out. I'm trying to watch the comments as we go. For those of you who came in later, I didn't have to take my son to school today. So I'm in Jen's vehicle, and we are having what her kids call adventures with Tammy today, which means she and I do all our errands together and make lunch. And we start with coffee. The day starts with coffee. Everybody gets to school, and then we meet at her house, and we make a big pot of coffee and plan what we're going to do. And then usually it winds up going to a hobby or craft store and the grocery store, the farmer's market, but we're a day early. She's got to take Mom to doctor's appointment tomorrow, so we can't do the farm market together. And we go and we do our stuff, and then the kids hear about all the fun we had while they were in school, and they're jealous. And her kids call it Adventures with Tammy. What are you doing today? I don't know. Whatever Tammy and I decide. Adventures with Tammy. So I got her in the knitting club too. So she is now going to the knitting club. So we went to knitting club together yesterday along with a couple other friends. So that was fun. And Lisa was there. So that was fun. Lori Ann. 2/3. I'm trying it now. Process, wash jars in hot water. Filled jars with nectarines. Put jars in canner with faucet hot water. Turn the burner on. Poured a spiced honey. Ooh. I was going to ask if you put syrup on them. Ooh, that sounds really good. Spiced honey. Ooh. I love nectarines. I love nectarines better than peaches. Yeah, that sounds really good. And yeah. Yes, it should definitely work. I say that would work. And it sounds really good. Really good. Yes, Joe's just a lurking. He's got to work. Jen here with me is my honey connection. As you know, my hives come and go. They wax and wane. I was up to 4 and I'm down to 0. But I never run out of honey because I help Jen with her hives. And so it's a group effort and she shares with me. And so she is my honey connection. So, and she's the bee lady. So if you have any bee questions, Jen is your woman today, and she's in the chat or in Walmart in the yarn aisle on the chat. But yeah, I'm just working away at this while I sit. I got a couple other skills. The lady in the club was talking about teaching us Swedish embroidery. Shadow Scout Swede. Have you seen the hook embroidery, or Swedish embroidery? Uh, she's going to teach me how to do that. I guess it's a lost skill even in Sweden. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, oh, and it really looks beautiful. So I may do some. Is she at Michael's? No, we're at Walmart. Yes, and the Barefoot Homesteader from TikTok is also in our knitting club. If you have not had a chance to check her out, she is the Barefoot Homesteader on TikTok, and she is in our knitting club. So we have a TikToker and 2 YouTubers in our knitting club. So that is kind of fun. You're in the pet department. Don't forget cat food. Don't forget cat food. We got to feed the kittens. A lot of times I have my gray cat, and then Becca has several cats, and I've done videos of them. And then we just got 2 more cats from Jen. So the little black and white demon cat we call Moo, and the long-haired dark kitten who is BJ. They are at our house now, and my cat, they were all snuggled up this morning. It was cold, and so they were all snuggled up together. The 2 kittens and my cat, which is a kitten, are best buds. And we lock the kittens up. I have a catio for my cat at Becca's, and the kittens love to be in the catio with my gray cat. And my gray cat loves having company in there. And so they're in the catio. It's a kennel per se, but it's 4 foot wide and 2 foot deep and 4 foot tall. Aw, thank you. So Jen and I we have a lot of fun. We have an odd relationship. I call her my sister-in-law. I got her when I adopted my 3 kids. She is their aunt by marriage. And so it's hard to explain to people our relationship. She is my kid's aunt. Therefore, she is my sister-in-law by law, but the law was the adoption. So I also introduce her husband as my brother-in-law when we're out doing stuff. And we quite often do stuff together, the 2 of us. He's also a beekeeper, and we attend beekeeping meetings, and I'll hitch a ride with him and do stuff. And so I just describe him as my brother-in-law. So I don't know. We're just sisters. Yes, those kittens are sweethearts. They sure are. They're just so cute. Bye, Deval. Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much. Thanks for commenting. If you are in the chat lurking, please be sure to comment. Facebook is not giving credit for watch time right now until people comment. So you could watch the entire thing and I would get no credit for it unless you comment. So even if it's just to say hi, it helps, and it helps me out. I am 789 away from 9,000. And I know that I've had more people than that sub to my channel in the last week in person. And I've, told them, be sure to watch a video, make sure you comment on one and hit the like button. So I know that they've, subbed right. And I just have not been able to make it the number to get to 9,000. So I'm just so close. I am so close. So if you have not subbed yet, please make sure that you're subbed. If you are subbed, please make sure that YouTube hasn't unsubbed you for some reason. If you're here, you probably got a notification. So you probably are subbed to me, but make sure that you are still subbed to me, and hopefully sometime in the next 2 weeks, I will break that last barrier and get to 9K. And I'm really excited and pushing to get to 10K because 10K subs unlocks new features at YouTube, and I have some benefits that come from that, and I would really, really, really like to get to 10K. So thanks, Shadow. I really appreciate it. I know that you have been a big help to my channel, and I really do appreciate that. If you are not subscribed to Shadow Scout Swede, he is obviously from Sweden, and he has a lot of good information, and he does a live on Saturdays, and quite often when my boys are not lurking around, I will get on and come up on his panel if I have something that I think will, contribute to his topic. I love to come up on his panel. So if you're not subbed, you need to be subbed to him. If you like yarn and you like knitting and crocheting and you like seeds and gardening, be sure you're subscribed to Garden State Gardener. He's doing right now the 100 Days of Seeds, and he has a great channel. He does Polka Mondays and he does Sunday Fun Days, and just make sure that you are there for those. It's amazing. Hi, Myra. You're a knitter, a crocheter, and a canner from Ohio. And looking forward. Oh, I am very jealous. I would love to get a freeze dryer. It is on my list. It is on my list. I'm saving my pennies in a jar, quite literally, and hoping beyond hope to get a freeze dryer. I'm also working on getting a tin can sealer so that when I freeze, I can put things into tin cans. And I don't know what the name of that is, but All American makes them. I'm working on that. And then in here, we also have Camp Patton Family Compound. That's another great channel. And make sure that you are subscribed to them. Gil is wonderful. I love listening to him. He's got a lot of great ideas. He also has Gray Man Prepping. Orange Tangerine Circle on clearance for $2. Buy it, Jen, and I'll pay you back when you get in the car. I need one. I can't find mine. But yeah, make sure, Gil, be sure to drop yours in Swedes if you can. I can't do it from my phone, and I'm just on my phone today. If you could drop their links, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, they are amazing channels. Make sure that you're there and getting the information they have, because they have a lot of information to share, and they teach a lot of old ways. And, I listen to Gil for reminders on what I should be doing and what I should have, and making sure that I haven't, fell and aside and forgot to do something, or let something, I'm like, oh, I need to check on that. I've done that prep. I need to go check on that and make sure I still have, lights in my batteries in my flashlight that work and things like that. So he's always a good reminder to me of what I need to be doing. So, but yep, Jen is in there just a shopping away. She's in there. I'm jealous. She's on the clearance aisle without me. It's not fair, Jen. And they didn't have it yesterday. Oh, okay. So this week, Shadow Scout Swede is going live on Friday oh, okay. Because he has a class on emergency water support on Saturday that he has to go to. All right. That's always good reminder. Come back. Go Saturday, learn a lot, and come back and teach us. That's a good thing. So I will try to make sure I don't have a whole lot Friday going on. I will try to make sure that I'm there Friday. I just have to, one child I'm transporting back and forth to school. So, but it is the homecoming game, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to want to go or not. We'll see. I will at least be sure to commit to watching anything on in reruns. So, and I'm just working away on this scarf here. I am gonna be done with this yarn in no time. I just started it yesterday. Did I say that? I started it yesterday. So, but does anybody have any? Oh, good, you heard me. Thanks, Jen. If anybody has anything for questions for me, go ahead and ask. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is really all I had today, was kind of like make sure that you are keeping your skills up. You know, if you don't use a skill in a long time, do a project, something simple, just to keep your skills up. You know, there was a time in my life I didn't can for quite a while, you know, and I had to go back and teach myself again and remember, okay, this is the steps, do it, you know. There was a long time, you know, they always say, you know, it's like riding a bike, you never forget. There was a long time I didn't ride a bike. You know, I had little kids and I was doing stuff and I was teaching them, and I wasn't on a bike riding. And I got on with my kids I adopted, and they're like, you don't know how to do that. And I'm like, it's not that hard. You never forget. But it is something you have to make sure you keep up. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. Thank you, Chris. It was really nice getting to meet her in your live the other night, Gil. She did great. That was really nice. It was helpful. I'm sorry I couldn't come up. The boys were still awake and they were blaring their music, and they were both in the room with me. Each had their phones, each blaring their own stuff. So, I wish I could have came up and actually got to talk with her while she was up on your live. That was cool. That was really cool. Yes, you can certainly post that on this forum. Yes. I'm curious though. I may be interested, although that postage from Alaska might kill me. I will help you with the postage for the yarn though, for the wool. If you, so we will get together, you and I. Ooh. Hi, Glenn. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. Well, it's actually kind of interesting though, Shadow Sweet. That's, you know, cleaning water tanks, accessories, hygiene, security, you know, and you have quite a commute to get there, but it's worth it. It sounds worth it. Gil, if you could drop Glenn's link into, there's another gardening channel. If you guys are into gardening, Glenn is How to Garden. And oh, good. You're in Southern Indiana. Beautiful. That's good. I will still help you with the shipping. I'm kind of curious. We'll have to get together and talk about the books though, because I don't have any books. So I might be interested myself. But yes, if anybody is interested, get a hold of Lori. She has some books. And you know, it's always good to have a hard copy of something. Because like I was trying to find a pattern for a sock, and I couldn't find one online. I thought I found one, and the lady's like, yeah, no, this will not work. And where I went into Joann Fabrics to get yarn. They don't have sock yarn. And so she talked me into this thick wool. And she's like, yeah, you can make them. It'll be just like a slipper. Well, I don't want slippers. I want to make socks. So after I'm feeling the yarn and working with it, it was telling me, no, it needs to be a thing. I want to make wool. I want to make wool socks. I like my wool socks. And being from northern Michigan, I like being warm in the winter because I like to go out and have fun in the winter. But if you're not you're out in the cold, it's not fun if you're cold. So, yeah. Oh. But anyway, Glenn is gardening in Florida. He has a really interesting channel. He played with the gators the other day, night fishing. I watched a bunch of those. What's cold? Yeah, that's right, because you're in Florida and you don't know, I am a former snowbird, Glenn. So my family spent our summers here in Michigan, and then we would go to Zephyr Hills, Florida, and we had a home in Zephyr Hills, Florida, that we would go down with my grandparents when we stopped going down when I was 6 or 7. But until then, every year we'd go down, we'd take my grandparents down because they wanted to go to Florida and they needed help getting there and getting set up. And then my parents bought their own place down there. And we sold it when I was 6 or 7 to my uncle, who has since passed away. But anyway, so back in the day, I was a snowbird, which means I lived half my life in Michigan each year and the other half in Florida each year. And that was kind of fun. There you go. That works. That works. Yes. Well, when I lived in Zephyr Hills, there was 1 2-story building and that was it. There was no shopping malls, and downtown consisted of like 4 stores. And one of them that was 2-story was a former hotel that was converted to a restaurant. And that was it. It was tiny, and it is not like that. I've been back, and it is not like that. I couldn't find our place. I don't know if the trailer is still there or not. I didn't know. But I had a lot of fun. We lived basically in the woods, and we cleared our lot, and it was all sand. We had scorpions, and they pulled a 6-foot alligator out of a pothole in the road down. And I would walk that road every night. Every night at 5 o'clock, me and my dog and the neighbor lady and her dog. I had a black poodle. She had a white poodle. She was in her 80s, and I was 5. And we would walk our dogs every night right past that puddle, and they pulled a ginormous alligator out of there. Not surprising because it was, lots that were reclaimed from the swamp and stuff. But I had a wonderful childhood with my parents and my grandparents, and they mostly lived with us pretty much part of the year. And then by the time I was in high school, they were living with us full time. We were taking care of them because they were in their 80s. So Jen does not have a channel. Jen is almost always on mine. So she's a person, but she has no videos. So I don't know that you'd be able to sub to Jen, but I can put a link later. I'll put a link in the link, Joe, but she doesn't have videos. If you want to see her place, the meat goats are hers that I post a lot about, because I come over and farm sit for them. And the cats, a lot of the barn kitties are hers, or was hers, and are now mine. And I just tortured her by helping her get chickens and meat birds and getting her set up and helping set her up with that. And then some of the bee pictures that you see are mine and some are hers. So I have some and she has some, and I am in 4-H with her and her husband, and we have a 4-H bee club. So a lot of times you'll see some pictures of some of the stuff we're doing, and we're doing that together. And then sometime coming up here in the near future, she and I are going over to the Barefoot Homesteader off TikTok. And we are going to make, I have the apples all picked. We're going to make cider. So you will see Jennifer in a lot of my videos, but you won't know who she is because she likes to hide behind the camera. So you get to hear her talk, but you don't get to see her very often. So I tag her in a lot of my posts on Facebook, though. Like the one today about going on an adventure. Everyone needs that one friend who just says, get dressed, we're leaving. That was me this morning. Get dressed, Jen, we're leaving. Yeah. I don't think you'll get her to do her own channel. I don't think so. I could be wrong. But I don't think so. I'm trying to talk Becca into doing her own channel. Because Becca's on my channel a lot, but I think she would do really well with her own channel. And I haven't even been able to talk Becca into doing her own channel. So I don't know. We'll see. Yes. If you haven't, make sure that you've went over to Joe's and subscribed to him and shared him out and liked, and make sure that you have commented on his posts. Jen's not commenting. I don't know. She must have got lost in there in Walmart. Maybe she's in the checkout line. She's been to the yarn. She's been to the clearance. She's been to the pet food. All she went in there for was cat food. So, she's helped me with videos, but I haven't been able to talk her into doing a video, Gil. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Jen, they want a video. Maybe I could videotape you when you do your bee talk, and then we could post it. She and I do a lot of community events where we go out and we talk about native pollinators, and we take the observation hive out and show people in schools and nature groups and community gardens. We've done a talk at the community garden about native pollinators and their importance and how you can encourage them. And we take our honeybees and get kids comfortable with honeybees so that they're not afraid of them, so that they can help. And then she's the one that gave me the seeds that I was guerrilla gardening the other day and that I passed out, because she goes to a lot of the big bee events here in the state and has a booth or helps with other people's booths and just promoting the honeybee. Yes, Wally's World Evil sucks you into the abyss. And all right, well, I will see if I can get her to do a talk and let me film her, or at least film some of the stuff that her voice. You don't have to be in the video, Jen. You just have to, have your voice, and we can show like the table and the things on the table and stuff. I am, I want to say, it said I'm 7 away, but I know I got to get a couple more to make it really stick. So I'm going to say I'm 9 away from 9K today. I looked at with 7. I'm 9. I want nine members so that I know YouTube can't take it away from me. And the funny thing is, I watched all the ladies in our yarn thing the other day sub to my channel, and I watched Lisa and the owner of the health food store, who is a friend of mine, didn't know I had a YouTube channel when I was talking with Lisa. He subbed, and I have explained, and the checkout lady from Walmart the other day just subbed, and so did another lady that was in line. We were talking, and they're both, oh, I'm going to sub to you. And I watched them sub, and I explained, you got to watch a video. You got to hit a like, and you got to comment, or it won't stick. So I've told everybody how to do it, how to make it stick. And still, I have not. And I know that there was way more than my 7 that I needed then. It just keeps kind of going back and forth. I need 7, I need 8, I need 7, I need 8. And it hasn't progressed in the last week. It's kind of driving me crazy. All right, go adult now. We're here for you with the struggle. I'm only going to be on for another 9 minutes, and then I'm going to go retrieve Jen from Walmart. So, and I'm really close, but we'll talk about the yarn later. Thank you, Lori. Anyway, so the struggle is real, and I may have to go find Jen. She is lost in Walmart. And it's a super Walmart, so it's a big one. Oh. I want to get home. I bought steak at Sam's Club, and I'm hungry. And I want to get home and have fry a steak and some onions. I have been on a red meat kick, and I'm really hungry. We've been eating a lot of meatless meals and a lot of hamburger and a lot of chicken, and I just really want. Last night we had a steak, and it was really good, so I grabbed some more for lunch today. So I want to make a steak sandwich. Everybody's saying goodbye to Lori. Thank you so much for coming in, Lorianne. But does anybody, before I close out, have any canning questions they want to ask today? Because I do want to do this. It is a lunch and learn, and I do want to, do this. I am going to keep doing these on Wednesdays for a while. They seem to be going good. It's a good time. I may have to do them from my car because I'm going to be sitting at my son's school waiting for him while he's in class for a while here. And then I have to drive him home. So it's an hour up there and an hour back, and we have to be there for at least an hour. So, oh, Howie's here. Thank you so much, Howie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Picking grapes. Ooh. Concords. I had somebody the other day ask me if I wanted some Concords, so I may have to take them up on that offer and get some grapes and make some grape jelly. But we'll see. I don't know. That's another great channel. We've been talking about all the channels in here that are wonderful. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Howie is the reason I have a YouTube channel, and then I'm on YouTube. I was really into Food Forest, and nobody is doing it in my Grow Zone 4 or 5. And I was, I did a search, and he was the first channel that came up. And oh, thank you, Phelan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He was the first one that came up when I did a search for Food Forest. There is one person, and I'm trying to get him to come up and do a talk, that does a Food Forest here in Michigan. And I just wanted to see what else was out there. And so I got on YouTube to learn, and I met Howie, and then I stayed on YouTube. I binge watched every single one of his videos that week and learned so much. And I'm like, okay, this is a platform I can learn on. And so I started learning, and then a year and a half, 2 years later, after I started learning on here, I started saying, well, maybe I could teach. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. and over again in my Facebook group. And I want to just say it once. I want to do a video, say it once, and post it so they can just watch the video. Because I'm more of a hands-on visual learner. And so I learn, that's how I learn. I have to have somebody show me. I have to see them doing it. And so I wanted to do that for the people in my Facebook group. And so I'm like, well, these people are doing it and it works and it's a great way to learn. I'm going to start doing some videos for my Facebook. And so now we are here and almost to 9K. So close. Thank you, Howie. Thank you so much. And thank you, Phelan, for subbing. I am just a couple subs away from 9K. This morning when I looked, I think it said 7. I'd love to get 9, so I'm over. They can't, play games with me where I get there and then they take it back away. So, and apparently when you get to 10, I'm really pushing the subs, because when I get to 10K, it apparently opens up some features on YouTube that I can use. So I'm kind of excited to get close to that. I mean, 1,000 away, 1,007 away is still close in the YouTube world. So hopefully that'll work. I've been doing a lot of, I hope you guys like them. I've been doing a lot of videos that are shorts as I travel around the state, taking my son to school, and we had some doctor's appointments in the Capitol. I've been filming, stopping at rest areas along where there's rivers and streams and stuff, and I've been doing that series on rivers, and I've really enjoyed it. I've done the foraging series, which I think has done really well, and I've been working on that. I got some more videos coming out on that, and I've really enjoyed doing that. That's something I love. I really love doing. My parents lived through the Great Depression, and so they taught me how to grow my own food, how to forage. I started foraging in 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. It was a science project. We could do an independent study. And I picked foraging because my mom had taught me a couple things. And so then when I went home and said, I want to do this, of course, they always take over your science project, right? And so off I went on that science project, and my mom started teaching me. She saw that I had an interest and she started teaching me. Hey, Bob, thank you for coming in. Oh, she's in the get out of the candy aisle. You're diabetic. Get out of there, Jennifer. I got candy in my bag if you want candy. Stay out of there. So my mom started teaching me about foraging. And so I have really been doing foraging for a good many years. And it does make up quite a bit of my diet. I really enjoy eating the foods I forage. And every year I try to expand by 1 or 2 items so that I can do that. This year, expanding my skill set, I've gone into, oh, that's very interesting. Huh. Alrighty then. I just saw something I wasn't supposed to see, or someone doing something I wasn't supposed to see. We'll discuss this in a minute. Anyway, so I have really loved foraging. I love teaching foraging, and now expanding my skill set to the herbal medicines. I have been doing the tinctures, and now I'm doing some oxymels and some oils, and I'm really enjoying that. And I have a special guest that said they're going to come on, but they have been very, very busy. In fact, they were out at the Mother Earth News conference speaking. So I'm hoping, they've promised me that they will come on. I just have to get things organized. And I was kind of taking a little break, things got a little weird there for a while, and I was taking a little break. And now I'm back and I've got these things lined up, so I'm very excited. So hopefully we can get them to come in, get some guests on here. I want to have Lisa come on from Lisa Loves to Crochet. And I'm trying to get the Mallory from the Barefoot Homesteader to come on and do a thing. She said we could go live from her kitchen and do some canning. So we may be doing something on a day with her too. So I've got stuff. I have not foraged for popsicles yet. I can't forage for popsicles until the snow flies, Bob. I have to wait until it's cold out. There's no popsicles in Michigan in the summer in the wild. All right. Well, thank you, Gil. Oh, and thank you, Walt, for subbing. I really, really appreciate it. You guys don't know how much I really appreciate everybody coming in and subbing and everything. So I have got to the end of this stitch, and I've got to the end of the hour. We have made it 1 hour. I'm going to go ahead and put my knitting away, and I'm going to go into Walmart, and I am going to go find Jen, who is in the chat and in the candy aisle, and I'm going to drag her back out of here because we have a whole bunch more to do today, and she can't be dilly-dallying in there. So thank you all for coming. I'm going to go ahead and end the chat now, and I'm sorry I have to go and you just got here, Bob. I'm sorry. I'll see you on Friday in Shadows. I'm assuming he's on Friday, not Saturday this week. So make sure you're there for Shadow Swede on Friday. Yes, Operation Rescue Jen before we get in trouble for spending too much money. That's always my mission on days. So I'm going to let you go, and there will be some adventures with Tammy, and maybe I can do some follow-up with that. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.